Greetings, this is Flares, the best Morimens creator. So this is the Half Annie, my spreadsheet update on what to pull. I did this on stream. I wasted hours making this on what I recommend for you to pull and with video guides. So let's go over how I did this spreadsheet. So this is the day they are releasing. Right here, the Awakener, their wheel, the tier, their roll, their dupe breakpoints. What I mean here is the minimum level they need to be usable and any major breakpoints I would like to cover. Next is the video link to every individual guide of every unit. Here, you just click it and you take it to one of my videos. I did guides on every one of these characters individually. You click it, go straight there. The pull priority here is their wheel good, skip, or skippable? Now, when I write down skip and when I write down skippable, they mean two different things. Skip, meaning you would never use their wheel anyway. Skippable means that the wheel is good. They don't need their wheel particularly. They don't need their wheel. You can just ignore their wheel. So that means their Awakener is less value. And then, if the wheel is good, it means it's very good. You can use it on other teams. Or if it's meta. If it's meta, you want their wheel. You are dying for their wheel. If you don't pull their wheel, a fucking penguin's gonna break into your house and choke you out with his stubby little fins. Don't question me. That's what's gonna happen. And since this is Saya anniversary, most of you guys joined for Saya, a viewer during the live stream recommended I make a Works with Saya. Saya's not out yet. These are just theory crafting. Now I'm going to go over each individual unit and describe what they do in this video. But if you want in-depth on how they work, click on the links. Click on the links. I actually make videos. I test everything, unlike other dog shit fucking players. So, let's start with Tulu. Tulu, C tier. You can pull for him if you are planning to run a G Murphy comp or not. If you are not planning on pulling G Murphy or running a G Murphy comp, skip him. However, he's one of the better units to pull for in the double banner. Why? Because both him and his wheel are good, are usable in a G Murphy or in other teams. His wheel is very good. Does he work with Saya? Hell no. There's no reason why you would run him with Saya. No actual reason at all. But his wheel and him are good. However, there are better choices. Situational. Only if you plan to pull on G Murphy. Pull one copy of Tulu. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out as soon as you pull one copy. Get the fuck out of his banner. Don't pull anymore. So, next. Daffodil. Daffodil. Medium. Not situational. You only pull on her if you like her gameplay style, which I describe in this video. I described 3 Awakeners. Just go to the video and I show you what she does. What is she? She's one of the better Ultra DPS units when invested. She's probably one of the best Ultra DPS units because of her utility. And she has infinite scaling off of kills. She's extremely strong, Arc 1. In Arc 2, she becomes a utility belt. She's the weaker Towil of Ultra. What do I mean? When you ult on her, when you exo on her, you pick card effects, meaning massive damage, generate poison, or generate counter, which means you can adapt to each boss as you fight them. However, you do need a lot of investments, a lot of stats to make her work, but she is very good. That's why I put her as medium. She is not as great as some of the heavy hitters that has power creep the meta, such like G Murphy in recent times, but she's still a decent pick. However, the reason why she's medium and not low is because her wheel is the best whale wheel in the game. It's the highest source of crit damage in the game if you plus 12 her wheel. Only if you are planning to super whale on her. She's one of these super whale options you can go because you want to whale on her wheel and her. Both of them. So if you're a super whale, she's not a bad pick because her wheel is one of the wheels you probably want plus 12 if you're a super whale. Otherwise, skip. So next, Sorrel. I use Sorrel as the baseline DPS in every video. She's very good DPS. She just gets outshined by Gellet, Towil, G Murphy, etc. So Sorrel is good. However, I would put medium. She's the same tier as Daffodil. Only if you like her gameplay style would I recommend pulling on her. There are better units this Annie for you to invest in that works at lower investment levels. So she is a skip for me because her wheel, unlike Daffodil, trash. The unit is good. The wheel, trash. Fucking trash wheel. Next, Lily. Skip. This is an easy skip unit. She's not a bad unit. She's C tier. C tier is not bad on my tier list. It's average. You use her to clear content. Why do I consider her a skip? This Annie. Because there are fucking 20 trillion carries. She's an actual support. They made support carries in recent times. So if you're looking for a support carry, that is not her. She is just a pure support defensive unit. Knowing the average player, you want a unit that can kill shit. And most of the units that can kill shit, unless they're trash like Pollux, can help you survive as well. Like Towil and G Murphy for no fucking reason. Like Caster for no fucking reason. Like Salvador for no fucking reason. Salvador is a better Lily. You just want to kill yourself playing Salvador. So, again, she's a good unit. She's not trash. You will still use her if you happen to her. You would never pull her unless you're fucking retarded. Don't pull her because there are better options this Annie. She's just a defensive unit. She does very little damage on her own. She's just a support. And not even a good support compared to other units. So next, Murphy. Murphy is the same as Lily. Now I rate them C and A tier on my tier list. Murphy is way, way, way better than Lily as a defensive unit because she subtracts the damage on top of weakness on top of all of her shields. She's a very, very, very good unit. Some would say even meta. Murphy is very, very strong. Skipper. Skipper. Why? Because she's also a support unit. She's a real support unit. You want carries, this Annie, right? If you don't need carries, which I doubt, you can pull on her. You probably want carries. So, not a carry, skip. And there are better supports that can carry. And lower investment levels. So, skip on Murphy. Wanda. She's one of the worst units in the fucking game, dude. She's probably the worst unit, besides dirty dog shit Clem, on this rerun tier list. Yeah, she's like probably the worst unit. She's probably a contender for the worst unit on the lineup. There's no question. Anyone who's not fucking garbage at the game would honestly tell you she's probably the worst unit ever on this list. She's worse than standard units. She is so fucking bad. She is so fucking bad. Check my video. Check any video on her. Every time I stream, I meme on her. I show people how bad she is. I borrow a level 90 whale rod to show you how fucking garbage she is. Frequently. Salvador. Salvador is the easiest comp in the game. He's the easiest comp in the game. He's also the strongest, if not one of the strongest comps in the game. Why is he B tier players if he's so easy and strong? Go to my videos. I made 3 videos of him. My endgame list, my Salvador video, and streams where I showcase how to play a Salvador comp. It is very simple to play. People figure out within a minute of me telling you how to play it. You can learn how to play a Salvador comp within 1 minute. However, if you play Salvador, you will probably kill yourself. Most players don't play him. He is one of the strongest and most consistent comps in the game, going into any boss. He's extraordinarily strong. You won't die. If you pull a Salvador, you will not die. You can clear all content brain dead. You can rub your 2 brain cells together if you're an Ultra player. Anyone can play Salvador. Forrest Gump can play Salvador. I promise you, Forrest Gump can play Salvador just as well as anyone else who plays the game. He's just very slow. His whole gimmick is the longer you live and you generate massive shields every turn, duping his things, the stronger he scales, eventually you will kill the boss. So you need to suffer through 4 to a million turns of living. The enemy will not kill you. If you're doing it right, the enemy will never come close to killing you. You have 4,000, 5,000 shields every turn until you start doing damage. Eventually, you will do damage and the enemy will die. When that happens, you will probably kill yourself by how long it takes for Salvador to kill the boss. However, he can kill every boss in the game. No one is questioning his ability to clear every content in the game. Even some of the other units I will go over cannot kill every boss in the game. Some units get hard countered. Monchette can get hard countered. Fucking G Murphy can get hard countered. Pollux can get hard countered. Except for Towil. Towil is the only one who can't get hard countered because of how her kit works. Calf can get hard countered. Doris, obviously. Caster. Every unit in the game can get hard countered except for Towil and Salvador. He's that strong. He's that good. No one would recommend you unless they want you to kill yourself. Just watch my video and you will find out why. So, next, 24. 24, Esther. She's the strongest Arc 1 unit. Arc 1, chapters 1 through 9, which is most of you guys are in. Because she has the highest attack value stat out of any limited awaker in the whole game. And Ultra 24 is the strongest comp in Arc 1, chapters 1 through 9. And in Arc 2, Poison 24 is one of the strongest burst comps in the game, able to do millions of damage during her burst turn. I showcased this in the Anni tier list with Machi, and she's getting buffed again. So she's very good. However, skip. Why? She cannibalizes support units from G Murphy. And G Murphy is a cheaper, better option in 24 for Arc 2. However, if you like 24's design and kit and her gameplay style, I recommend pulling her. Watch my video on her until I can explain. She's 4 kits in 1, depending on what realm you mix her in. Now, if you're planning to pull on Saya, do not pull 24. Why? Saya 24 in Carol is probably the weakest version of 24. Her gimmick is that every realm you play her with, her kit changes. In Blue, she's Poison. In Ultra, she's Counter. In Chaos, she's an Exalt Awaker. On Carol, she's just a baby maker. She's just a baby maker. Basically, your keeper is just fucking her, and she's just churning out babies. You don't want babies. You want damage, okay? No one wants to pay child support. They want their waifu to do damage. And that's what Poison 24. Everyone likes the toxic waifu. That's why Poison 24 is so good. Everyone likes the Ultra 24. Everyone wants a counter waifu. The thorny relationship. The goth e-girl that will hurt you and destroy your life. No one wants a good, stable baby maker wife in this economy. That's why you don't play Carol 24. Because all she does is make babies. That's the best analogy I can make for all you fucking gacha players. All she does is make babies. Do you want child support? Or do you want A, Blue 24? A poison unit. The toxic baddie. Everyone wants the toxic baddie that will destroy your relationship. That's hot. Everyone wants the counter 24. The one that hurts you every time you kiss her. Because she bites your lip off like the crazed freak she is. Or you want the Chaos 24, the big dick damage, exalt damage, the stable dominator. You don't want a baby maker in this economy. You can't afford your rent. Can you afford to feed the fucking children? Okay, next. Dies. S tier. Must pull. Everyone should pull her. This is the only must pull unit out of all these lines. Everything else is sort of subjective. Everyone will tell you, pull on Dies. She's one of the best supports in the game, if not the best support in the game. It's debatable. But no one can debate that she is one of the best. She's S tier on every tier list. Unless they're fucking retarded. I can't think of anyone who doesn't rate her S tier. So yeah, you need her. Most comps best in slot is Dies for some reason. She's the best because of her ability to dupe. She's an everything support. They'll probably not make a support as overloaded as Dies. Because normal supports give like a few things. She gives everything. She gives weakness, vuln, alienness, strength, dupes your card, babies. Yeah, she gives everything. So yeah, she's the best support in the game. Her wheel's the best in the game. So, next, Mariam. What is Mariam? She's the best alienness batter in the game. She can give any unit 110 plus alienness with 3 sacraments. What is alienness? Alienness fills your exalt. So if you need an alienness battery, she's the best. She's the best single target alienness battery. Thank you, Purple Lake. I'm live streaming this, so I'm responding to people in chat as well. So, fucking, Dies. Oh, no, not Dies. Mariam! You distracted me, Purple! Okay. Mariam, video. Meta for G Murphy comp, or any comp that wants alienness. However, she's a pure support unit. So, only pull her if you're planning to run a G Murphy or a 24 comp. This Anni. Her wheel and her. Both good. However, unless you're running one punch Mariam, meaning full wailed out Mariam, she's not a carry. She's a support. So only if you are going to pull G Murphy or 24 do you pull for Mariam. Otherwise, you skip. Hora. Pull one copy. That's it. Everyone must pull one copy of her and Nero. One copy. Then fuck off. Watch my videos for more. Do not pull her to E2. Whatever you do, until you watch my video on her and me explain why you need to decide if you want her E2. Because she's one of the controversial units in the game where hitting her E2 makes her worse or better depending on what comp you will run her on. Now, in short, many people who pull her E2 and above regret it. It makes her worse in a lot of situations. I will briefly explain. Her E2 grants her retain on all 4 of her cards. That means in Arc 2, you have to play her cards. So, on comps where you want to keep her cards, great. They're retain cards. More utility when you need it. Great. On comps where you want your hand size to be queer, awful. You cannot turn off E2 once you unlock it. I, as a veteran player who did 425, clear all content in the game for over a year, do not have her E2 because it would be cancer for me. I know it would be bad for my account. So have to decide, do you need her E2? Are you going to run her in comps where you need it? The best advice I give her, pull one copy, come back to her later, decide if you need her E2 or not. Again, do not pull her E2 unless you're 100% sure. So, Riker. The furry token unit. The furry token unit for all those dirty furries playing the game. He is, watch my video, now more than ever, technically speaking, one of the strongest DPS units, despite not being played as a DPS unit. Most players play him as a support, because most players are weak. Go to my video, I explain more, but I'm going to explain briefly now. His entire gimmick is a gotcha within a gotcha. Whenever you play his abilities or cards, you roll a dice from 1 to 6, later 1 to 8. If you hit a 4, something happens. If you hit a 6, something happens. If you crit, something happens. And it affects how much damage he does. Now, if the relationship between you and your god is very strong, you should pull him. He's one of the strongest units in the game. If you believe you will always hit 6s, you and your god are tight, whatever religion you believe in. If you're a Catholic, you and Jesus are bros. If you're Muslim, I don't know much about Muslim, you and Muhammad are bros. You contact a jinn or something. If you're a Buddhist, you are on the path to enlightenment. Okay? If you believe in Norse mythology, you just finish sacrificing your fucking warriors. You just finish pillaging a village, you play Riker. You will always hit a 6, right? Now, if you never hit the 6, if you never hit the 4s on his dice, then you will play him as a support. Or you're a furry. He also scales on how much money you get during the stage. So that makes him very meta for the train. He's meta. He's used in every D-tied team of anyone who does 425 usually. And he's part of the strongest comps in the train mode. If you look at the train leaderboard, which I'm on frequently, everyone on the train leaderboard ranks 1 through 5 always has a Riker on their team. Why? He is the strongest unit in train. He's one of the strongest units in the game. How do they get ranked number 1 through 5? Like, how do I get ranked number 1 and 5? It's a lot of gambling. It doesn't mean that it's consistent. We just roll, and we find the combo that makes him hit the hardest. So, yeah, he is very, very RNG. So, most players would say skip. So, it depends on your relationship between you and your god. Do you believe? Next, Hamill. Hamill. Pull. Everyone who's not retarded would say pull 1 copy. Pull 1 copy of Hamill. And his wheel. Why? He is one of the few units, this Anni, that can function at E0. His biggest breakpoint is E2. Every dupe past that is a waste. It does nothing. His E3 does nothing. His OE does nothing. His plus 12 is okay, I guess, now. So, if you care at all about meta, pull him E0. He goes into every team. Every team can use a Hamill. He's one of those universal supports. Why? His base kit, his rouse alone, not his cards. You can just ignore his cards, ignore everything about him. His rouse generates a card every turn that can +2 or -2 a card. If you so you get an option of having 2 free mana every turn with Hamill. I do not need to explain how strong that is. Go to my video for more explanation. But if you're a real card player, if you're not fucking retarded, you know how strong 2 free mana is. And he does even more than that on draw. He does even more. Go to my video. That's how broken he is at E0. That's just his E0, by the way. His E2 makes him even better. He's a very, very good unit. Now, Gellet, S tier. Extremely high priority. Now we're going into the carries. Why is it extremely high? Maybe even must pull. She's one of the strongest burst units in the game for Carol, and she counters a lot of bosses with her E3 shield break. So, she's a very, very, very strong unit, very easy to play. She uses the same supports as Salvador. Same support, same posse as Salvador. So you're going to either pull on Gellet or pull on Salvador. You must pull on one of them for a meta team. If you're going to run a Salvador DPS, you will not pull Gellet. If you're going to run a Gellet DPS, you will not pull Salvador. They both use dies as their best in slot and lone seed. Gellet is what most players and I would recommend to you. She's more dangerous than Sal to play. She's a little bit harder. But you won't kill yourself playing her. She will kill the enemies a lot faster than Salvador does. Watch my video to learn how to play her. She's a strong burst unit. That's her style. Now Towil. Towil is one of the more complex unit in the game. Some players will say she's the most complex. I don't think she's that bad. Unless you're fucking retarded. I have a fucking 5 series of videos on how to play her in every realm. And I have a lot of videos on how to play her. She's very easy to play in my opinion if you're not fucking dog shit. And unfortunately, a lot of content creators are dog shit at the game. And they don't know how to make her work. But, watch my videos. See, she can counter any boss in the game. She can adapt to any situation. Why? Her insane utility, which I cover in the video. I'll probably talk for an hour if I talk to her, but she has, her main gimmick is that she's a copycat. She copies other units' cards and plays them better. So when you exo, she can copy any 3 cards of any unit in that realm and play them better than they do. She can, and her twin wing, strength down, she does, so that means she does everything in the game. Anything another unit provides, Towil can also provide. There's nothing her kit lacks, because her kit is every other kit in the game. That's an easy explanation of what Towil is. Now, watch my entire guide series video for more on how to play her, because I cannot spend too long and make this video too long. So just click on this link and you can go learn. So Cheetah. Cheetah, very, 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 very strong poison support. Very, very, very strong support. One of the best supports in the game. Easy alert 5 wave 3. She's probably one of the easiest alert 5 wave 3 comps in the game. Once you get started, we can run her with 3 standards and clear alert 5 wave 3, OE. However, she's very expensive in terms of what she needs. She has E2, E3, and OE breakpoints. You really want her OE. She has the biggest OE power spikes, which means 8 copies. That's why I only put her as high. Any other unit here, like Hamill, even Towil at E2, doesn't need as much as Cheetah to invest in. However, she's S tier. She's one of the strongest units in the game. She just needs a lot of copies, but she can go into a lot of comps. There's a lot of comps she can go into. She's a very good unit. However, I only put her as high priority because you probably are going to skip her. Unless you have a lot of pools, like 250 pools for a free-to-play player is not enough to pull her to what she needs and everyone else. So you might have to skip Cheetah. But I don't want you to. She's very, very, very strong and good. She's very, very, very strong. Now, fucking dog shit Clem! One of the worst fucking units in the game. She's a fucking dirty, filthy, disgusting aliens come from another fucking planet, betrayed her own nation, betrayed her dad. Watch my 2-hour rant on how dog shit she is. She's a filthy, degenerate insectoid. And I wish the pox upon your filthy family. She's the reason why there is evil in the world, okay? Regardless of your politics, whether you hate, whether you're Republican, Democrat, whether you're a fucking fascist, whether you're a Nazi, She is pure evil for your faction, okay? She is fucking dog shit. Moving on. I wish you the worst. I wish you the worst. Now, moving on to Corpo. Corpo, very good unit. She's probably one of the most meta story mode units in the game. She's probably one of the strongest story mode units in the game. Why? She feels discard comps. She has lightning retribution. Her kit is very good for any story mode, hard mode stage. She can abuse gimmicks left and right and make tons of videos explaining how. But in D-Tide game mode and in train, she's bad. Because there's no gimmicks to really exploit. So, in the D-Tide game mode, it's just your units and you. There's no gimmick like you make in story mode. What do I mean by gimmicks? If you're a new player, you know those resonant effects you unlock every chapter? Those effects. Now, every time there's an effect, she can abuse every single one of them. So that makes her very strong for story mode. Probably the strongest unit for story mode. But you do not have those gimmicks in D-Tide, which is one of the endgame modes. So that's why I put her as medium. Only if you want to abuse story mode would I recommend pulling her. And her wheel is dog shit. You would not run her wheel on her. You'd rather run other wheels. So, I would personally tell you to skip Corpo. Unless you want something to abuse the story mode for. Caster must pull over his brother. Because Caster is a shielder DPS. He's the strongest shielder in the game. And he can carry on his own with E3. I demonstrated countless times on how to clear Alert 5 of a Caster alone instead of a Caster Pollux. Now, retards would tell you to run Caster with Pollux. That's a waste of pulls. That's double the resources needed. Why? Because instead of wasting resources pulling for Caster and Pollux, you can pull for just Caster and have him carry by himself. Would a Caster Pollux comp clear faster? Probably. However, why? A Caster comp by himself, invested, can clear any content in the game. All you need is Caster. Pollux Caster is overkill. Pollux by himself, can he clear content on his own? No. He needs a team to support him in general. Caster by himself can clear everything. You don't need to think, don't need to do anything. He's a very strong unit. So if you're planning on pulling him for one unit only, you can go all in on Caster. He's one of the strongest units in the game. Nothing bad to say about Caster. Again, E3 makes him a DPS as well as a tank. E0, you can just play him as a tank, but you need someone else to function with him. Just pull your cops on Caster, dude. Don't waste your pulls on Pollux. It's a waste of pulls to combine the two. I'm able to clear D-Tide even before I got him to plus 12 with just an E3 caster, with just an OE caster. You can look at my old videos a year ago. Any content in the game, clear. Now, Doris. I meme on Doris a lot. I will meme on him every video because he is good. He's also garbage. He's good and garbage. It's a dichotomy of garbage with Doris. Okay? He's Dio. He's voiced by Dio from JoJo. Players like him. The Chinese like him. He's very good wailed out. He demands everything. He demands your family. He demands your liver. He demands your organs. He demands every dupe he can to function. Now, if you're an easy mode story player, you're playing easy mode, you're playing story mode, you're just playing story, you're a casual player. He's probably the best unit if you're a casual player. If you're a casual player, he's probably the best unit in the game for your account. His entire gimmick is he deals more damage based on how low the enemy HP is in percentage. If you're playing easy mode, the enemy does not have a lot of health. That means it's a lot easier to reduce their health by 50%. By 50%. If you're playing endgame content and the enemy has a million of HP, it's a lot harder to reduce the percentage because he gets a percentage increase in damage. However, percentage HP is missing in HP. So if you're doing 10,000 damage and the boss has, 100,000 HP, that's a 10% damage buff. Nice. Easy. If you're doing 10,000 damage and the boss has a million HP, that's 1% of the boss's HP gone. Doris, he's not going to do much. He's not going to do much at all. The boss is still max HP. And they fixed it if you plus 12 him. So that's his dichotomy. But if you're doing easy mode content, he can no diff easy mode content all day, every day. All day, every day, because whenever he kills an enemy, he gets stronger. And he generates a zero cost card that can let you kill the rest of the enemies. So if you pull him on story mode, you can easily just brain dead through story mode, not thinking, because you just play his cards and he starts one-shotting everything. He will one-shot everything for the first 9 chapters of the game. For every story mode chapter of the game. If you're a new player, he will one-shot everything the entire time you're playing this game until you hit endgame. When you hit endgame, he's suddenly not going to one-shot anything anymore. So, next unit, Calf. Calf is not a unit E3. Why do I rate her A tier instead of S tier? Even though she is very, very, very strong, even S tier at E3 and above, she's not a real unit until E3. Even my video. If you're planning to pull her and use her, not E3, I'm going to do you a favor. Give me your address. I will go to your house and put you out of your misery myself. You don't have to kill yourself. I will help you kill yourself. Because you trying to play Calf before getting her to E3, you're going to want to kill yourself. Might as well let me do it. I offer my services. Just pay me a little bit. I can make it painless for you. That's how painful it is to pay a player before E3. She's not a real unit until she hits E3, which means 4 copies. Because her main gimmick does not function until E3. She does not scale real well until E3. 4 copies. So that's why I rate her low. Now, she's high priority. She's not extremely high because you do need E3 minimum to make her work. And she is weaker in Arc 1 than Arc 2. Pikmin. This is low priority. He's a very, 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 very good support. He's a very good support. He's a great unit. I rate him very well. Why are you telling me skip on him, players? Why are you telling me skip on Pikmin if he's so good? Everyone recommends him. He's a support, and there are better options this Anni. And his wheel, he doesn't need. He only needs E2. You would rather spend your pools on a copy. Again, you probably won't have enough pools for everything you want, so you'll probably skip him. He's probably one of the units you'll probably have to skip. You probably have to skip Pikmin. Unless you really like him for some reason. But Dies is a better option to him if you want a pure support. So yeah, he's good. They're just better options. And he's going to rerun relatively soon. Based on the last time he reruns, Pikmin is probably going to rerun soon. So just hold off. Pollux, same thing. Low priority, skip. Because his wheel, only good on him. And you need a lot of copies for him to be functional. Rather than pulling Pollux, why not pull for more casters or other units? He needs a lot of investment to be worked, so skip. Skip on him as well. So, G Murphy. So, this is high / extremely high. I do not put her extremely high. Now, she is currently, at the time of me recording this video, the strongest unit in the game. She's the strongest comp in the game on pure numbers, pure utility. She's the best comp in the game. She does the most damage in the game. She's on everyone's leaderboard. Everyone who's not retarded knows she's strong. And on any leaderboard that matters, she's there. So let me show you what I mean. Even the train mode. Like, I can go to the last issue. So this is G Murphy, Riker, me, and let's go to last issue. Previous issue, I was also top. G Murphy. This is random theme, my G Murphy. Yeah, even in D-Tide, she does millions of damage. She is the strongest unit in the game, period, right now. No one can debate how much damage she does. Why is she not extremely high, players? Because most players complain when I put her high, because new players are going to kill themselves, which they are. So, one of her things is that she gives you sacrifice, which means she hurts you too. So, if you're a new player and you don't know how to manage sacrifice stacks, you're probably going to get yourself killed playing her. However, she is the strongest unit in the game. I don't think it's that hard to manage sacrifice stacks. Just watch my guide videos. I have them for a reason. Now, if you're not using my guide videos and you're just playing her blind, you will probably kill yourself. You will probably kill yourself over and over again playing her. But she is the strongest unit in the game right now. And she's also the only unit through some cheese able to do fucking trillion damage. Like close to a trillion damage. I'm not even meaning when I say trillion damage. I did 10 billion damage not optimizing her. Now you're asking, players, does that mean there are going to be bosses with billion damage? No, don't worry. The most health a boss can have is like 10 million HP. It's like 10 million HP how much health a boss can have. If you meme hard enough on G Murphy, on some boss scenarios, she can do 10 billion damage. But in a realistic scenario, she can do 100 million damage. And I did do 100 million damage during my train videos. On a real world scenario, perfect case scenario, she can do 100 million damage. The highest boss in the game only has 10 million HP. That's how strong and broken G Murphy is. I think she should be nerfed every time I run her and showcase how broken she is. I keep saying it. But yeah, she's an Anni unit. She's broken. So, Manchette. C tier, skippable. I recommend skipping her. She's low. She doesn't offer utility. She just offers a lot of damage, which she does, wailed out. However, wailed out, she does do good damage. Not as much damage as G Murphy. Not as much damage as units who provide utility. Manchette offers no utility. You require a team to function around her. So, I don't really recommend pulling her. And her wheel is not that good. She requires too much. And you're going to want to prioritize some of the higher value units this Anni. So Zoo, same thing. Skip. She's a very, very good support. You're not going to have enough pulls to pull for everyone. This is a recommendation. It's just based on what is meta and what you can use as a new player. Zoo, very good. I like her a lot. She's one of the best designed kits in the game. Skip. She's a support unit. You want carries. She's a support unit. You want carries, right? She's not like particularly OP support unit. And she's probably going to rerun soon. Because again, units typically rerun 6 months, 5 to 6 months after they release. It's been, I think, 3 months since she released, like close to 3 months. So in a couple months, she's going to rerun again. So just pull her then. Vortex. Again, she's going to rerun after Zoo. Low priority, because you only need her E0. Sub to bias. You only need Vortex E0. She just, released. And there are better options, so skip Vortex as well. So, Arachne. Arachne banner just have. You know how good she is, you already pulled for her. You should skip her. You should skip Arachne. You probably already pulled for her. Focus on the units that are not running. So that concludes this video. Hopefully I made it short. Again, in depth, click on these links.